When we actually begin to grasp that we personally only see, experience, and know an infinitesimal, teeny-weeny fraction of all there is to know about the universe, spiritual growth can rocket forward. 2 weeks ago, we discussed how we come to develop our ego's identity and how we arrive at the unchallenged conclusion that I, and I alone, am right. Everyone else who doesn't share my opinions, preferences, and behaviors, which, by the way, is everyone, is wrong. Hence the judgment and condemnation of all of their opinions, preferences, and behaviors, and the feeding of our ego self. It all comes down to this thought: if the world and everyone in it would just be the way I wanted it, our problems would be over. Be honest, have you ever had that thought? I certainly have. But is that true? Let's take a closer look. With my life's personal experience and interests, here's what I probably know and do better than 95% of the world's population. Autocross, being organized, creating professional documents, writing and speaking about focusing on spirituality, viewing the world through the eyes of an upper middle class, college-educated female from a stable, loving but not gushy family. I've seen about 40 states and 10 countries, walked the Camino, do energy healing, worked 20 years as a professional in the software industry, love nature, dogs, cats, and horses, read about 2 books a week, mostly of spiritual content, and am so appreciative of my life and opportunities. Here's what I don't know about and apparently have little to no interest in becoming expert in. Surgery, elite athletics, city planning, developing electronics, healthcare administration, plumbing, gourmet cooking, road construction, politics, dentistry, economics, playing in a symphony, directing middle school education, stand-up comedy, agronomy, running a homeless shelter, establishing a national monument, map making, operating a restaurant, law enforcement, treating wastewater, natural disaster planning, the pharmaceutical industry, archaeology, and renewable energy. I also know nothing about living life as a mother of a disabled child, living in poverty in an inner city, being a dwarf, being a young black man, suffering from a degenerative disease, going bankrupt, being incarcerated, losing everything in a hurricane, being a child of abusive parents, not having safe water to drink, having no access to health care, living my life in China. That is about 1/1,000,000th of 1% of what I know nothing about. Now let me ask myself again, am I really qualified to run the world? Do I really know what's best for every other person? No. It really is helpful to actually understand that our experience as a soul on this earth is like looking at the world through a little peephole in a door. Our experience is streamlined and focused and limited to the lessons we came here to learn. I need to be focused on my growth, not on monitoring how everybody else measures up to my expectations. Part of my growth is allowing everybody else to live their life as they choose and need to. I had a revelatory dream a few years ago on exactly this concept that gave me a new perspective. I was the totality of the cosmos, and I saw this life contained in 4 little vignette rectangles in one random location. One was looking at myself working at the church, putting around the office. One was arranging my new home in my new city. One was with Kevin and Dawn caring for my mother-in-law, who had Alzheimer's at the time. And I think the last was making a transaction at the bank or some random thing we do in life. I was gifted with this precious realization that this life, which is my entire focus and of the utmost importance to me in the here and now, while being an integral part of the whole, is but a minuscule part of everything that I am, much less what the whole is, that each one of us are. We must not waste our energy or gifts concerning ourselves with or judging the habits, idiosyncrasies, and beliefs of anybody else. We need only concern ourselves with unraveling our ego that insists on such things in order to shine that divine.